The rules of a claim sale are simple. A host posts a bunch of cards with prices, and the first person to say claim on them wins the card. It gets super competitive and it's super community oriented, where you get to know a ton of people. So when my local card store said they were hosting a claim sale this Friday, I was beyond hyped. Here's how it went. So the day is now Friday. It's finally time for the claim sale. And it is 5:59. The sale begins in 1 minute. And I have no idea what to expect. As much as I understand what a claim sale is and how it's going to work, I have no idea how good the cards might be. Could we see something as insane as a base set Charizard? Or are we going to kind of cap out at like 151 stuff? I genuinely had no idea. What I didn't expect was to go on for 6 straight hours claiming, buying, and getting freebies too. It was an incredible experience. And let's get into showing you that. Bam! I paid above market for my first pickup, but I needed it for my Raging Bolt deck. At this point, I don't know if I made the right decision. I paid quite a bit over market for one card in 3 decks that I need. It seemed a bit silly, so I decided from now on, I am only going after things I want to personally collect. Stuff that's going right into my PC, and there was definitely a ton of that coming up. I tried my luck on this River Room EX SIR and failed because of my internet. And I really thought about buying this Magmortar. It's one of my favorite artworks ever, but I ended up getting beat to the punch because I was too indecisive. But I wasn't indecisive about this next card. My very next purchase came a while later, and it was a very, very underrated card, I think. I think this is a card with big upside potential, but I wasn't collecting it for that. I was collecting it because I think it is one of the best artworks in the Scarlet and Violet era. That card is Tapu Bulu Illustration Rare. Again, I had to pay above market, but this one felt so much more worth it. So I laid low for a while, watching the big hitters fly past, the Venusaur EX SIR, which I was rarely tempted to buy if it wasn't so much of a market, or the Charizard EX SIR, which was obviously insane to see. That's a card that in South Africa is very, very rare to find. But eventually, something did pop up that I have been wanting forever, right? I found this card that I adore, and I said, if I ever see this at market value or below, I will buy it. No questions asked. The main issue is that in these claim sales and with these local stores, they have a lot of import costs. They have a lot of stuff like that because there's such a small market for Pokemon in South Africa that they have to import a lot of their product. And so there's generally like a 30% markup, which is completely understandable, and it covers their costs essentially. So I said, if I ever see that Skeledirge EX SIR in the wild, I'd buy it. And so the beautiful crocodile reared its head, and we picked up the Skeledirge EX SIR just under market. That's unheard of in a claim sale. And it's in perfect condition. It's very minty. Here's an extra close look at this gorgeous card. Wow. My eye for the next 20 minutes or so, other than a base set Venusaur. Unfortunately though, it was heavily played and the condition did not look good. But I was still really tempted. So I bought a different Venusaur instead. I got this EX Crystal Guardians Venusaur for a steal. I basically got it at market, and you can just see that holo there. I thought it was the regular one, but it's actually the holo, which is awesome. And 10 minutes later, I picked up another card that I adore the artwork of. The Drampa Illustration Rare. Is that not the most gorgeous card you've ever seen? Before those two though, I picked up this Torkoal, which is a little bit of a shame because I just pulled it in my Booster Box Bonanza series, and that was after I claimed it. So while waiting to receive this card, I got a second copy. I'm not complaining. It is absolutely gorgeous. But at the same time, I didn't need 2 Torkoals. 1 Torkoal was plenty. Next card I picked up is very underrated. Not just the card, but the Pokemon itself. And that is probably because it's a bit of a meme. We had Dunsparce for the longest time, and people begged for an evolution. And they added a segment. That's all they gave us with the Dunsparce. But I love Dunsparce in the first place. So the Dunsparce is a dream for me. And you can get a 4-star one. guys, I'm sold. Like, you don't have to give me more. And so I picked up this beautiful Dunsparce illustration rare. Wow. I think it's so awesome. Later on, there's a Dunsparce that I miss out on, which I really would have killed to have the set of. But game is game. By the way, I picked up 3 freebies during this event and was moments away from picking up 4 or 5 more if my internet didn't suck. Here's my favorite failed free claim. I'll show you the coolest freebie I got at the end of the video. And I got my River Room. I did get him. I got my River Room EXSIR on a different claim for a lot cheaper because it is lightly played. There's a little bit of whitening at the top here. I'm sure you can see that. But this is for my personal collection. I'm not selling these, so. And this is one of my favorite artworks. I think it's so cool. Next card needs a little bit of context. Whenever I go to Toys R Us or Hamleys, somewhere that's not my local game store, they have like no cards. What they do have is Shrouded Fable, which I'm sure you guys have experienced. But there's generally just 1 or 2 boxes. And one of those boxes that I constantly see has the King Gambit illustration rare in it. And I love the artwork on this. To the point where I've considered buying Shrouded Fable packs. I know, insane. But I picked this up really cheap, so now I don't have to buy that box. Score! This next card is the one card that I got for someone other than myself. These have all been personal collection cards and not anything I was worried about investing or giving away or anything like that. This next card's a little bit different. Although I kind of regret not getting it in my PC. It's the Galarian Gallery Ditto, which is obviously one of the cutest cards we've ever seen. I got it for my girlfriend because she was out with a friend at a movie. And I thought, I can't have all the fun, right? I'm going to quickfire the next 2 because they were Palafin and Druddigon. 2 really cool cards, but at the same time, 2 really cheap cards. You could not give this Palafin away when the set came out. And now it's kind of rising in price. It's kind of getting up there. And I did pick up a second copy for even cheaper than this. And, of course, this Druddigon, which I don't care about the value of. Look how beautiful that art is. Wow. One of my absolute favorite trainer galleries of all time. Then there were 3. 3 final cards for the night. I had not anticipated picking up as many cards as I did, but I am not complaining because every single card I picked up has some sort of meaning to me. Whether I love the art, whether it's something I've been searching for a long time, or whether it's just pretty cool. These were my final 3, which kind of fit the last category. This Turtonator, which the art is incredible of, and I thought was so gorgeous when it came out. Wow, I've really wanted that card. Then, the Dusknoir Trainer Gallery. Some of these trainer galleries are really sick, and Dusknoir is one of my favorite Pokemon. I think he is so cool, and I think this card is so cool. And finally, this last one, I didn't care that much for. It is one of my favorite Pokemon, but at the same time, the card's nothing special. I just found it at a really, really good price. Like, this is well below market, which I found really strange in a claim sale, but I am not complaining to be able to pick up the Sylveon EX from Prismatic Evolutions. How cool is that? And how crazy is it that I found it for this much? Bonkers! As promised, here's the best and most fun freebie that I got.
Groovy, baby.
I don't want to get copyrighted.